hour went by quickly. Here's Houston police on this situation.
And in the process of, we had our tactical operations team, SWAT, go in and execute the search warrant. And when they got inside the house, they realized that this is actually going to turn into a human smuggling investigation. So that part of it will be handled by the HSI investigators that are on scene now. But we do have some of our criminal division representatives here from homicide, major assaults and family victims, special victims division, and vice division. When we got into the house, we realized that there were over 90 people inside. And so we immediately began to assess any kind of a special threat after that. Once we isolated that, we wanted to make sure we rendered any kind of a medical care. So we had HFD with us. We are concerned that there may be some positive COVID cases inside the house. So we do have our health department en route. They will do some rapid testing for that. So we will keep them in the house for now, and they begin to do their investigation. So that's our first concern. And then at some point, once we figure out how many positive COVID cases we have, we may have to quarantine. And we will turn it over to HSI to do the actual investigative part of it, and we'll assist in any way we can. And that's really all I have right now. I can open up for questions if you have any, as much as I can answer. Well, we are in a pandemic, and we do have some people in the house that are symptomatic, right? So we've already had some people in the house tell us they're not able to smell and not able to taste, and we did have some people with fever. So we've got the health department going to do some rapid testing and kind of take it from there.
How many women? How many men? Children?
No, there's no children inside. Youngest is probably early 20s. And as of right now, I think we have approximately 5 females and the rest are males.
Is it closer to 90 or closer?
No, it's closer to 90. I'm missing 91, somewhere around there. Absolutely not. No, it was a big surprise when we got in the house and saw what we saw. When with as far as the homicide? I mean, as far as the kidnapping?
Yeah.
Last night we were called to a location and given some tips, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But we worked through the night to try to figure out exactly where they were, which led us to this address, and we had some pretty good information that they were here. Well, you put them all together in a room and in 2 separate parts of the house, upstairs and downstairs. It's a 2-story house. So they basically, are in there in their basic clothing and all huddled together. So that's what we saw when we got in. No, sir.
They're just sitting next to each other.
Yes. Yes.
Would it be a family member that contacted you thinking that from their family was kidnapped?
That's what we believe. Yeah, that's what we believe.
Family member outside of this house,
correct. That's what we believe. Correct. We're still trying to work through all that. I'm sorry? We've actually got them some food. We brought them some food and got them some water. They said they haven't eaten in a while. We're feeding them. We haven't heard anything from any of the neighbors as far as anything that would lead them to believe that there was something like that going on. It's very surprising.
So I'm sure next to the investigation is trying to figure out who owns this home, right? Who's brought these people here.
Absolutely. We don't know any of that yet. We're working through that. Well, that's what we're working through. We've got to separate who the victims are versus who, as you can imagine, somebody that would be involved with something like this. As soon as they realize we're here, they're probably going to try to become a part of them, right? And so we've got to be able to identify, and that's what we're doing now, identifying. I have no knowledge of any firearms being recovered or anything.
Talk a little bit about the process and what you guys do next.
Well, that's where HSI is going to come in. Yeah. First thing first, we want to make sure if we do have any positive COVID cases, we treat that and make sure they get medical care and all that, and then we'll begin to start to identify and work through all the other stuff.
Was COVID the only medical concern that you guys saw?
That's all we could tell. Yeah, everybody else looked like, other than just some being symptomatic, fever, loss of smell, loss of taste. It didn't look like there were any serious injuries involved. So.
How many